All right, we start in KwaZulu-Natal. This is where Jade Paulse is. She's at the Kendra Hall in Durban, where a memorial got underway a bit earlier on. She joins us with the very latest. Good evening, Jade. Just take us through what's happening this very hour. Good evening, Jade. I don't know if you can hear me, but can you just briefly just take us through or give us a summation of today's memorial service?
Well, welcome back to the Kendra Hall. Thank you, Nomfundo. Yes, I can hear you very clearly. Yes, well, emotional tributes from many of the speakers here that spoke very fondly of former Minister Pravin Gordhan. And, you know, I've just ran into the SARS Commissioner here, Kieswetter. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, you heard some of the sentiments. You were also a friend of the former minister. Talk to us about what you heard here today and what resonated with you.
I think that every testimony that was shared tonight about the life and the work of Pravin Gordhan cannot fully express the extent of the impact that he has had on the life of South Africa before democracy and the continued commitment when we achieved this historic moment in 1994. Pravin knew that it wasn't about having the right to vote. It was about transforming the lives of people in a material way. For him, he was an activist. It was not his ambition to be a civil servant, a commissioner, or a political leader or a cabinet minister. He saw these roles in a servant leader mindset as providing him with the opportunity, the platform to serve. His titles didn't matter to him. Working with him was an inordinate privilege. It was also sometimes scary, intimidating, because he suffered no fools. He was the ultimate meritocrat. You could not just get by with average performance. But because of the fact that he not only demanded of us that he led by example, inspired us to be the best versions of ourselves. So in 2 hours, it's difficult to capture the contribution of someone who has been so extraordinary in every facet of his life. Our hearts go out to his family, who at this time should be enjoying, if that was ever possible, but who should be enjoying a slightly more engaged, less busier, more relaxed Pravin. And for me, my heart goes out to them because they've been robbed of that. But I also hope that they have received extraordinary comfort knowing that their father, their husband, their lifelong friend has lived a life that was not in vain and will be remembered for years to come for an immeasurable contribution. In the future, when we do experience the material improvement, the economic growth, the creation of jobs for many more South Africans, we must remember it was the selfless sacrifices of individuals like Pravin Gordhan who laid that foundation, who planted the seeds from whose harvest and fruits we will continue to reap into the future.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kieswetter. That was Edward Kieswetter, the SARS Commissioner, just talking about former Minister Pravin Gordhan, having worked with him as well as SARS, but also is saying that he was a wonderful friend to him and also paying his respects and condolences to the family. As we throw forward to the funeral Nomfundo tomorrow that will be taking place, it is a state category 2 funeral. We're expecting several dignitaries and delegates to also pay their respects to the former minister. It's back to you in studio.
All right, thank you very much for that reportage. That's our reporter there, Jade Paulse at Kendra Hall in Durban, just following the conclusion of the memorial service of the apartheid activist and former minister Pravin Gordhan.